Hello again, everyone, and good afternoon to you all, or maybe good morning or good evening if you're watching from other places in the world. My name is Prin, and I would like to welcome you back to my live stream where we'll be learning English together. So I'm glad to be seeing all of you again, and of course, I love teaching English, and I'm happy to share my knowledge and experience so that you improve your English skills as well. Okay, so while we're waiting for some more viewers, for today, I'll be talking about grammar. Specifically, we'll be looking at the words they, them, their, theirs, and themselves. So most of these words are pronouns, and I'll be explaining each one of them, okay? But one of them is not a pronoun, and I will talk about that word as well. And of course, we'll be learning by doing. We'll be looking at the quiz, all right, with questions. And if you know the answer, I just would like you to participate, by typing in your answer. All right, so let's wait for some more viewers, all right? And before we begin. Okay, so if you like this video, don't forget to press like or love or other emotions. And also if you think this is useful for someone, if you think this is a great video, don't forget to share it, all right? Okay, I'll be waiting just a little bit more before we begin. Okay. Now let's just wait for some more viewers. All right. Give me a moment. All right. Looks like we have some people coming in. So good afternoon, Thank you for joining today. Right. Okay, so for those who have just joined today, we're focusing on grammar. We'll be looking at the words they, them, their, theirs, and themselves, okay, and see how to use these words correctly. Most of these words are pronouns, which I'll explain in a moment, but one of the 5 words here is not a pronoun, and I'll tell you about it soon as well. Okay, so let's see our first question for today, shall we? All right, so this is our first question, and I want you to look at the sentence and fill in the blank. As you can see, we have 5 choices. The word they, them, their, theirs, and themselves, okay? So these words, 4 of the 5 words are pronouns. So let's look at each one. So they is a pronoun. It's called a subject pronoun, okay? Right. What about them? Them is an object pronoun. Okay. And well, their. Their here is actually not a pronoun. It's a possessive determiner. Or sometimes it is called a possessive adjective, all right? And theirs is a possessive pronoun. And finally, we have themselves, which is a reflexive pronoun. Okay, so we have 5 choices here, and I'll explain each one before we begin, all right? So the first one, they, is what? A subject pronoun. So a subject pronoun is a word that we use to replace the subject of that sentence. So normally we write a noun as the subject of this sentence, right? And we can replace it with a pronoun so that we don't have to repeat the subject all the time. So we used a subject pronoun. All right. How about them? Them, the second one, it's an object pronoun. Okay. So an object pronoun is a pronoun that we replace an object. So normally we use a noun as an object as well. An object is something which an action affects it. Okay. It receives the action. That's the object. All right. And we can replace it with a pronoun, and we use the object pronoun. Okay, what else do we have? We have there and theirs. So these two words are very similar. There here is called a possessive determiner or a possessive adjective. So we put it in front of a noun to show ownership, okay, who owns what. But we can't just put there by itself. On the other hand, theirs with an S is a possessive pronoun, which we can put it by itself because it's a pronoun. It can replace the noun, and it is used to show ownership, all right? And the last word here is themselves, which is a reflexive pronoun. A reflexive pronoun is a word that we use to show that the subject and the object of the sentence is the same person. You know, like if you hurt yourself, you can see that we write you hurt yourself because we want to show that the person who did the hurting and the person receiving the hurting is the same person. Okay, we use reflexive pronoun. All right, so yes, in English, we have many more pronouns, like we have he, she, it, and whatever, but today I want to focus on this stream of pronouns. Okay, so they, them, their, theirs, and themselves. So we have some answers coming in, so let's look at some answers. Okay, we have them. Okay, them is B, all right. And maybe D, okay. And what's this? D, okay, so we have two Ds and a B. Does anyone else have a guess, have an answer, or would like to guess? Okay, so this is the first one, and going back to our question, what should we write in the blank? Let me explain the sentence first. So here, it's talking about it took something 3 days to finish the project. Okay, so it took, it's like it used 3 days. So like this group or this team or something, they use 3 days to finish or complete the project. Okay, a project is like, you know, maybe you have a plan to do something, maybe a report or something that you have to finish within a period of time. That's a project. Okay, so what should it be? Well, if you look at this sentence, we have it as the subject of the sentence, right? And it took. Took is a verb. So if something is the receiver of an action, okay, it has to be an object, remember? So here is the subject, and here has to be an object. So now we know that we need to write an object because it receives an action. What should we write in the blank? Is it they, them, their, theirs, or themselves? What do you think? Which pronoun is good or can be used as an object? What do you think? Okay, I'll tell you the answer now. It's B, them. Okay, it took them. It took them 3 days to finish the project. So it took this group of people, okay, or maybe a team, 3 days to complete a project. So we can see that took is a verb and them is this object of the verb because the verb affects it. So we use them, okay? That's why we don't answer A or other choices. All right, that's good. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is our next sentence. It seems short, but think carefully. Okay, I'll give you some time. Okay, so for those who have just joined today, we are looking at a grammar quiz. Okay, we're doing some grammar quiz. And so we have some questions, and I want you to fill in the blank. Like for this one, what do you think is the answer? What should we write in this blank? Is it they, them, their, theirs, or themselves? So what do you think? Looks like we have some answers coming in. So B, but not sure, and D. Okay. So any more answers? What do you think is the answer to this one? What should we write in this blank? Have a go, okay? Because, if you know how to use these pronouns and, of course, that determiner, then you'll be able to understand things better when you read and when you listen, and when you need to speak or write, you'll be able to use these words correctly, all right? Remember that pronouns are things which you almost certainly find in every sentence, so it is best to get it right, all right? So what do you think is the answer? We have another D, all right. Any more answers? And anyway, if you're watching and you like this video, don't forget to like or share it to your friends, all right? Okay, so let's look at this sentence together. We say, we can't eat that. So we, our group, cannot eat that. So that here probably refers to like maybe a plate of food, or maybe like lots of food on a table, okay? And we say that it's something. And of course, the correct answer here is D, theirs. We can't eat that thing because what? It belongs to them, to this group, okay? And we use theirs because we want to show ownership, right? If we want to show ownership, we use what? We use their or theirs. But in this case, if we go back to the sentence, it's the N, okay? There is no space for like a noun. Since there is no noun, we can't use there because there is a possessive determiner, or you can call it a possessive adjective, which we need to write in front of a noun. But since there is no noun, but we want to show ownership, well, we write theirs. This one is called a possessive pronoun, okay? Which we can write it like that. We can use a possessive pronoun by itself. So by reading this sentence, we understand that, we can't eat that because why? That thing, maybe a plate of food, belongs to another group of people, all right? So well done to all of the answers. Yes, it's them. It's not ours. That is correct. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is our third sentence for today. Please, if you're watching now, don't forget to join in and participate, okay? If you know the answer, please just type A, B, C, D, or E, okay? We have 5 choices today. I'll give you some time. All right, everyone. Well, we only have one answer from our viewers, which is C. Does anyone else have an answer? Would you like to guess? Remember that if you are in a test situation, you have to guess if you're not sure about the answer. Okay, we have B. Great. Thank you for joining in. So let's look at the sentence together first. That is something computer, so we can't use it. Okay, it's talking about a computer, right? That thing. If you say that, maybe you are like, you're pointing at something far away. Okay, that thing, it's not near us. Okay, so let's go back to our sentence. Right, we have lots more answers. We have a C and also a C from Jenny. Okay, thank you for joining in. Let's look at our sentence. So that is something computer. So maybe we're talking about a computer which is not near us. So means like as a result, we can't use it. We can't use what? It. It here means the computer. Okay, so by looking at the choices, what's the best answer? We have a computer, which is a noun. And yes, since it is a noun, what does that mean? If you want to show ownership to a noun, what do you put in front of it? Well, we use a possessive determiner or possessive adjective. Okay, these two words mean the same. Right, so which one is the possessive determiner? Well, it's C, right there. So you all got it correct. That's great. That is their computer, so we can't use it. You know, we're talking about that like there's a computer over there. It's their computer. It's not ours, so we can't use that computer. All right, great, everyone. Okay, let's move on. Here's our fourth sentence for today. What do you think? All right. And if you're enjoying this live video, please help me, support me by pressing the like button, or you can give me a heart or, other faces. If you're not pleased with it, you can press the angry face. That's okay as well. And if you think this live video is useful to someone you know, please help me by sharing it, okay? You can share this video so that more people will get to learn and benefit from this. All right, so I'll give you some more time to answer this question. Okay, looks like we have some answers coming in. So we have an E, and a C. All right, thank you for contributing. Let's go back to our question and I'll explain the sentence first. So it's talking about the group. So a group is like, maybe 3 or more people together, okay, and if they enjoyed something, it means they like it, okay? They like what? At the party, okay? So a party obviously is like, when you go to maybe have fun, listen to music and dance, for example. Okay, so what should be the correct answer? Well, for this one, the best answer is actually E, themselves, okay? The group enjoy themselves at the party. So we are saying that this group of people, they really liked or they had a lot of fun with themselves at the party. So we can see that we use a reflexive pronoun here because the person who does the action, the group, and the thing that receives the action, they are the same thing, okay? So the group enjoyed and the group also received that action of being enjoyed, all right? So it's just to say that they had fun at the party, all right? All right, so yes, that's this sentence, okay? So we use themselves. Let's move on to our next sentence. So here is our next one. All right, I'll give you some time to think and please help me by typing the answer. If you know the answer, type it in the comments area, okay? And if you're not sure, have a guess. You may surprise yourself and get it correct. Remember, if you can use pronouns and of course the determiner correctly, then you understand the language better and you will be able to communicate better and score higher when you need to do a test as well, all right? So please help me by taking part. Okay, I'll give you some time. All right, we have some answers coming in. So let's look at answers from our viewers. So we have what? We have A from Jenny. They, that's they from Nongnut. We have A from Ponpan. A, they, right? From Nohayati, and A from we as well. So all of you said A, and yes, the correct answer to this one is A. So A, did they buy from you? And why do we choose A? Well, it's like the subject of the sentence, right? We have buy, which is a verb. So we are talking about who bought something from you. Okay, so we need that who, which acts as the subject. Remember that the subject is the thing that does the action in that sentence. So here, they, this group of people, is the one that does the action. They buy something from you. Okay, so that's why we say, did they buy something from you? Okay, this is a question. And they is the subject. So we use a subject pronoun. All right, well done, everyone. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, how about this one? What do you think? What should we write in the blank? And for those who have just joined, thank you for watching. We are doing a grammar quiz on the words they, them, their, theirs, and themselves. Okay, so in each sentence, there is a blank, and I want you to choose one of those choices and answer each sentence, okay? By knowing how to use these words, which are pronouns, and there is a possessive determiner, you will be able to understand the language better, and you'll be able to speak and write better. And if you need to take a test, if you use pronouns incorrectly, you will get your marks reduced for sure. Okay, so you're not supposed to get these things wrong because they are very simple. So practice with me and you will get better. Okay, and while you're watching, if you like this live video, don't forget to give me likes or maybe hearts, okay, or other faces if you like, and you can also share this video to someone who might benefit from this. Okay, so we have some answers coming in, so let's read our answers. We have B, and also another B. Okay, thank you for all of your answers. Let's go back to our sentence and let's look at the meaning together. Okay, it begins with ask. So if you ask someone to do something, you tell that person to follow what you say, to follow your instruction. So here we're asking something in the blank to what? Fill in. If you fill in something, and in this case, you fill in the form, okay, it's like you have this, like a survey, okay, with blank spaces and like questions, and you ask someone to write it down. That's filling in the form. Okay, so people have to fill in the form before what? Before entering, before going inside or into something, maybe a building. Okay, and you all said B. So here's another B. Yes. Well, the answer is, of course, B. Okay, them. This is what? An object pronoun. Okay, so ask them to fill in the form before entering. So does anyone know why we need to use an object pronoun here? What do you think? Can anyone explain to me why we use them? Why do we say ask them and not ask they, ask theirs, or ask themselves? What do you think? Can anyone give me an explanation? Just a short one will do. All right, here's a sentence. So we use them because them is the object, and we can see that here is a verb. So something that follows a verb is what? The object, okay? It receives the action. So here, this group, them, is being asked. Asked to what? To fill in the form. Okay, and this sentence is called an imperative sentence. Okay, so it is a sentence which begins with the base form of the verb. Okay, the base form of the verb is like the simplest form. You don't add ed, es, ing, or change the form of the verb. That's the base form. So in an imperative sentence, we use the base form to start the sentence, and we use this kind of sentence to what? We use it to give an order or make a request. Okay, so here it's like to make a request because we are asking someone to do something. All right, so well done, everyone. B is the correct answer. How about this one? All right, so what should we write in the blank? I'll give you some time. Okay, looks like we have some answers. So we have C, a C, and also a C. All right, thank you for all of your answers. So let's look at the meaning of the sentence first. Are those people something friends? So it's a question asking whether those people, okay, so like a group of people, we are referring or talking to a group of people, and we want to know if they are friends of something or not. Okay, and friends is a what? Friends is a noun, right? Okay, so we have, one more answer. So C from Nina, thank you, and C from we. All right, so you all said C, and yeah, you are all, sorry, you are all correct. Okay, we say, are those people their friends? Because the word there is what? A possessive determiner, okay? Or you can say a possessive adjective. So either way is correct, okay? So, and we use a possessive determiner in front of a noun to show ownership. So here is the noun friend, and we put that possessive determiner there in front. So we know that we are talking about whose friends? Well, their friends. Like, are those people their friends? You want to know that whether that group of people belong a friend of them, another group, or not. Okay, so we say their in this case, and it's in front of a noun. So well done to all of you. And here is the next one. I think I have some more questions, sentences actually coming up. So what do you think is the best for this blank? Is it they, them, their, theirs, or themselves? Okay, have a go. What do you think? And also, if you're not sure, I just would like you to have a guess, okay? It's okay if you got it wrong because today you will learn, I'm sure you will remember. So what's the answer to this one? All right, great. So let's look at some answers from our viewers. We have an A, all right, B, they, so that's A, and also another A. Okay, cool. So let's look at the meaning of this sentence first. Okay, so if you know the answer right now, just write it in the comments area. Okay, so it says take these tools. Okay, so to take something is to bring it with you. So here we are supposed to take the tools with you. Okay, tools are like equipment, things or instruments that we can use to do things, like for example, even a pen can be called a tool, right? It's a tool for writing. Okay, so here the sentence begins with what? This is a verb. So we can conclude that this is an imperative sentence. Okay, it's like to provide a suggestion. You should take these tools with you, and why? Then they explain at the later part of sentence. Okay, so take these tools with you. Okay, so take these equipment, these things for doing things with you. Why? Okay, this is a dash. Okay, a dash is used to give more information to a sentence. Okay, so we use a dash in writing, to add an extra piece of information. Okay, we have an answer from our YouTube viewer, so from JJN, and it's A as well. Thank you so much. Right, so going back to our sentence, take these tools with you, and then a blank. Something might be useful. If something is useful, it means what? It means that it is helpful, it has benefits, it is good because it can be used to do something. Later on means like at a later time. So not now, but in the future. Okay. So it's a suggestion to someone that they should take the tools with them because these tools might be useful. So if something is if we use might, it means like we're not 100% sure. Okay. We're just assuming that they should be useful, but not sure. So if you say that something is might be useful, then yes, it can be useful, but maybe we won't be using it. We're not sure. Okay. So okay. As you can see, a dash is used to give more information. So it's like beginning a new part of a clause. Okay, we count it as a different clause. So if we have to decide what we write in this blank, we don't have to focus on this part. Okay, we don't have to care about take these tools with you. And might is a verb. Okay, in this case, it's a modal verb. And since the blank is in front of the verb, we need a subject, and A is the correct answer because A is the subject pronoun, right? Which we can use as the subject of the sentence. So we say, take these tools with you. They might be useful later on. So take these instruments with you because these things, they might, okay, be useful to you maybe sometime later in the future. Okay, and speaking of modal verb, remember that when we use a modal verb, we follow it with what? The base form of the verb. Okay, so here we follow it with the verb be, and be is the base form. Okay, but if we use like is, am, are, was, were, been, those words aren't the base form. But here we are following a modal verb, so we need the base form. So we write be after might. All right. So that's how you use a modal verb. And remember, we don't normally use a modal verb by itself. We need to follow it with a normal verb. All right, so you all did well. Okay. How about this one? What's the answer? All right, let's look at our answers. So we have what? We have a B from our YouTube viewer, a B, and them. So them is B as well. Okay, let's go back to our sentence. So here it's a question. It says, has Kate given the keys to ... right? So Kate is the name of a person. Okay, we have another B from Pontipa. Thank you for your answer. All right. So anyway, Kate is the name of the person, and we're asking whether she has given. Okay, so if you give someone something, you take that thing and you pass it to the other person. Okay, that's give. Okay, so we are asking whether Kate has given the keys. Okay, so it's a thing for locking and unlocking the door. Okay, it's a question. To whom? To blah, 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 right? Now we have to, which is what? A preposition. Okay, so normally after a preposition, if we write a pronoun, it has to be in the object form. Okay, so you all answered B, right? Which is correct because B is the object pronoun. So we write them here. That's great, everyone. So has Kate given the keys to them? It's like asking whether Kate has passed the key to this group of people yet. All right. So you all did well. Well done. And like what I said, if we see a preposition and we need to follow that preposition with a pronoun, then don't forget to use the object form of the pronoun. All right. That's how you do it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here's another one. I'll give you some time to decide on the answer. And if you have just joined, we are doing a grammar quiz together on the words they, them, their, theirs, and also themselves. Okay, and we're learning how to use these words correctly by doing quizzes together, and I'll explain. And please join in. So if you're watching, I know many of you are watching and you know the answer, just type that choice in the comments area, okay? And if you're enjoying this video or you're learning something from it, please support me by giving me a thumbs up, a heart, or maybe other emotions. I'm happy with all of them. And also, if you really like it, don't forget to share it to someone you know, okay? And I know many of you have been following my live video. If you haven't yet, you don't want to miss out your chance to learn more about English, okay? So don't forget to like my page, Facebook page, and press see first. Or if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button so you don't miss any of my live videos, all right? All right, so we have many answers. Let's see. So we have A. Okay, another A from Khan. Okay, and also A from Ging Lim. Okay, thank you for all of your contributions. Great. So let's go back. And yeah, this one, I think it's the simplest sentence for today. So yes, the answer is they because it's at the beginning of the sentence. And in English, a statement or a normal sentence, we begin with a subject, and they is a subject pronoun. So they are not cleaning the room right now. So this group of people, they are not cleaning. If you're cleaning, it means you're trying to make a place like less messy, less dirty. Okay, the room. Okay, so room is like, any room, bedroom, bathroom, whatever. Right now means presently or at the moment. Presently or at the moment. Moment. Okay, so this sentence tells us that this group of people, they are not working to make a room clean, okay, at the moment or presently. So yes, we use they. All of you got it correct, so that's great. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, how about this one? Those kids are fighting among and a blank. What do you think? I'll give you a moment to decide on the answer. Okay, so do we have any answers? Any guesses? Okay, so this one may be a bit more tricky than the other ones. Oh, we have some coming in. We have E from JJN, okay, them, so that's B from we, and also E from Ponpan. All right, any more answers? Right, let's look at the meaning of the sentence first. So we are talking about those kids, okay, kids are of course young people, or we can say children, okay, are fighting, maybe they are like arguing, okay. By saying fighting, it can be like arguing, so like shouting and because they don't agree on something, okay, that's arguing. And also fighting can be like something more physical, punching. All right, anyway, it says here those kids are fighting among. So among is the same as between, but we use between with what? With two, right? But if it's more than two, we use among, okay? So those kids that we are talking about, we say those, so they are like far away from us, okay? They're not near here. They are fighting among blah, 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 okay? So they are probably like, shouting, arguing, or maybe punching, kicking, and then among what? And, okay, so we have another answer. So E, right. But for this one, you are correct, actually. It's E, themselves. Those kids are fighting among themselves. So we are saying that this group of children, they are arguing or punching in that group. They're not like attacking or shouting to anyone else. They are doing it in that group. So that's why we use themselves, right? Which is a reflexive pronoun. We use a reflexive pronoun to show that the subject and the object are the same person. So this group of young people, the children, the kids, they are the one who are fighting, and they are also the one receiving the action of fighting. Okay, great. So yeah, and you may have heard another word. Actually, I'll draw the arrow a bit longer. So instead of among, you can say amongst. So among and amongst are the same, okay? They mean the same. It's like within themselves, so within the group, all right? But we don't use between, because between is only for two things or two people. But here, it's three, right? Okay, looks like I have one more. Okay, this one can be tricky, so please take a look carefully. All right, I'll give you some time. And remember, it's okay if you get it incorrect, because if you're wrong here, you don't lose any points, you don't lose any opportunities. But if you get it wrong in a test, yes, you may lose your points and you may lose some opportunities. All right, so have a go, practice with me, okay? I will help all of you. Okay, so we have many answers coming in and they are all different. So we have a D from Mass Rock. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. We have E from Napat, okay, D from Ponpan, and there, so that's a C from we. Okay, great. So let's go back to our sentence, right? We have a blank here, right? Let's look at the meaning of the whole sentence first. Okay, we're talking about a 3-story townhouse. So a townhouse, or sometimes you hear the word townhome, same thing, is a what? Is like, a row of similar buildings here. So this is one townhouse. Okay. This is another townhouse. All right. And this is the third townhouse. So this is an example of a townhouse. Like it is not separate like a normal house. So we say a townhouse or townhome, okay? And it's talking about a 3-story townhouse, okay? So story here is not like, a story we read, okay? A story here is floor or level, okay? And story like this is actually the American English spelling. If it's in the UK, they would write S-T-O-R-E-Y, okay, story. But story like this or like this are pronounced the same. So a 3-story townhouse means the townhouse has 3 floors or 3 levels, okay? Right, I'll just bring up some more answers. We have them, which is B from Mikan, and also Pontipa said C. Okay, thank you for all of your answers. So here, the sentence is talking about a 3-story townhouse. So this townhouse has 3 levels and with a blue door. So the door in front of that townhouse has the color blue. Okay, now we know the meaning. Going back, we can see the blank is at the beginning. So can we use be, them? We have to cross it out because why? Them is like the object pronoun, right? We put it after a verb to show that that thing receives the action. But here it's at the beginning, so it must be a subject. So we cross out them and we cross themselves too, because, this sentence is not showing that the subject and the object of the verb is the same thing, okay? So we need to focus on the subject. How about them? Can we use they? Can we use they? We can't use a because if we use they, then it has to be they are, right? Not they is, but here we have the verb is, so we can't use they. Now, we have C, there, and D, theirs, okay? And the reason that D, theirs is the correct answer is, well, D, theirs is a what? A possessive pronoun. We can use it by itself, okay? So we can say theirs is that 3-story townhouse with a blue door, okay? But if we want to use C, there, like this, we need a noun after it. But here, we don't have any noun, so we can't use there like this, okay? So the answer is D, theirs. And we get theirs is that 3-story townhouse with a blue door. So this sentence tells us that, we are talking about a townhouse that belong to a group. And we want to point out that their townhouse, or we shorten it to theirs, okay, using the possessive pronoun, is that townhouse that has 3 levels, 3 floors, and the door in the front is blue. Okay, so that's why we use the possessive pronoun here. All right, so well done to everyone, and thank you so much for joining. So let's recap what we have learned today. So today we have learned about what? We have learned about pronouns, right? And yes, today we focus on only pronouns relating to the word they, but this and everything that you've learned today can be applied to other types of pronouns. So whether you are writing with I, he, she, it, we, and you, or whatever, you can use this form as well. So let's go back to the words we learned today. We have they. They is a what? A subject pronoun. A subject pronoun is used to replace the subject of any sentence. Like you don't want to repeat the noun, you use the pronoun, okay? And if you don't want to repeat the object or something receiving the action, we use an object pronoun, so them in this case. And for there is used is a possessive determiner, or by its other name, it's a possessive adjective. We use there in front of a noun, okay, to show ownership. Like we want to tell who owns that noun, that thing. And theirs is a possessive pronoun. So we can replace the noun and show ownership at the same time by using a possessive pronoun. So instead of saying their car, we can say theirs, okay? But we can't just like begin maybe a paragraph or a conversation with theirs, okay? It's better to talk about that subject first, If we just start everything with theirs, then we don't know what we are referring to. But if in the first sentence or at the beginning of your conversation, you say like their pet, and then in the second sentence, we can say theirs, then that's okay. So when we use a pronoun, remember that we need to make sure that our reference is clear, okay? And the last one, themselves, is a reflexive pronoun. A reflexive pronoun is used when we want to say or convey that the subject, the one doing the action, and the object, the one receiving the action, is the same person or the same thing, okay? So yeah, that's what we have learned today. So we learned about subject pronoun, object pronoun, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronoun, and also the possessive determiner. Don't get these two mixed up, okay? One is used in front of a noun, and the other one is used by themselves, all right? So yeah, that's it for today's video. Actually, I'll be going live in the evening, a bit late, maybe at 9 p.m. or something. So I hope you can join me. It will be another topic. Okay, it's not grammar anymore, but it will be interesting as well. And I'm sure you'll learn more about the English language. All right. And anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to teach and to talk to all of you. And I would like to especially thank you for commenting in this newsfeed, okay? And if you have enjoyed this live video, please support me by giving me thumbs up or a heart, okay? And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to press like. And if you think this is useful, don't forget to share it to your friends and family and colleagues and whoever. And also don't forget that I go live regularly right now. So if you don't want to miss out, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell button. Or if you're watching on YouTube, please like my page and press see first, okay? And you will never miss my live videos again. I go live like every day, all right? And many times in a single day as well. Okay, great. So yeah, I forgot to say at the beginning that, the reason that I decide to teach totally in English is that you will get to be more familiar to the English language, and you improve your listening as well, not just grammar, okay? And if there is any topic you want me to teach, please tell me, okay? I will try to teach all of those topics that you have suggested, all right? And let's read some comments. So thanks from Pontypool. Thank you as well for watching. And thank you for your sharing from Napat. Great, thank you as well. And from we, thanks Ajahn Magmaka. All right, thank you for following as well. So, yep, that's all for today. Don't forget to come back at around 9 p.m. Thailand, Bangkok time, okay, where I'll be doing another live video on another aspect of the English language. And also, I forgot to say, if I spoke too fast, please tell me. And if it's too slow, please also tell me. All right, so yeah, that's all. I like English. Well, I love English as well. Right, great. Thank you. Thank you for all of your comments and for watching. Okay, so that's it. I'll leave you for now. Please take care, and I hope to see all of you or many of you tonight at around 9 p.m. Okay, so yeah, take care and goodbye.